Hello everybody, welcome once again. So we have completed our fourth module and we are studying our fifth module now. So coming to our syllabus, so fourth, as I have told you in the first class of the fourth module and fifth module is about dynamics. So we are classifying the dynamics into two parts, that is kinematics and kinetics. And in general, we have rectilinear motion, curvilinear motion and rotation. So now in this fifth module, we are going to study about the rotation motion. And one step further, we will study about the vibration motion. So here we are studying about, fourth module we studied about rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. So there we studied kinetics and kinematics of rectilinear and curvilinear motion. Here we are going to study kinematics and kinetics of rotation motion and simple harmonic motion, that is vibration. Now in this module, in this first part, this is our first part of module 5. In this first part, we will be seeing about the kinematics of rotation motion and two simple problems, and we will continue the remaining problems in our next class. So first of all, we will see what is pure rotation. Now when the path traced by a particle is a circle, then the motion is called pure rotation. So now you can see the particle. See, the part A is the particle. This is the particle, and this particle A is moved from A to A dash, and the path traced by the particle is a pure rotational path. It is a rotational path. Now, so the particle A is having a circular path, and after time t, this particle A is moving from A to A dash in a circular path, and with making an angular displacement of theta with respect to the center of rotation. See, for linear motion, we saw the displacement is S. The displacement is linear displacement. Here the displacement is angular displacement. The displacement is taken with respect to the angle, and we call it as theta. This angular displacement is taken as theta. This is our angular displacement. Now r is the radius of rotation, that is OA. The distance is OA. O is the center of rotation, r is the radius of rotation. Now the initial velocity is taken as omega naught and the final velocity is taken as omega. So omega is nothing but the velocity. So we will see what is displacement, velocity and acceleration. So what is angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration. So first of all, about angular displacement, the angular displacement theta is the total angle through which a particle or body has rotated. That is what we saw in the diagram. Now what is angular velocity? So the rate of change of angular displacement of a particle. So we know the displacement is theta, angular displacement is theta. So our angular velocity omega is equal to d theta by dt radians per second. Now see, 1 RPM, that is unit for angular velocity is revolutions per minute, revolution per minute, that is RPM. We know 1 RPM, 1 revolution is equal to 2 pi, that is 360, 2 pi radians per minute. That is 1 revolution is equal to 2 pi radians. I repeat, 1 revolution is equal to 2 pi radians. So 1 revolution per minute is equal to 2 pi radians per minute. Now when it is n revolutions per minute, it is 2 pi n by 60 radians per second. That is 2 pi n radians per minute. In order to convert it into second, it is 2 pi n by 60 radians per second. Now the angular acceleration. Angular acceleration is symbolized as alpha. Alpha is angular acceleration. Omega is angular velocity. Theta is angular displacement. Now angular acceleration, alpha is equal to, it is the rate of change of angular velocity of the particle with respect to time. So alpha is equal to d omega by dt radians per second square. Now what is kinematics of particles when subjected to pure rotation? So we know kinematics is the geometrical representation, geometrical analysis when a body is in motion. Geometrical dynamic analysis is kinematics. So what are the geometry? It is nothing but the displacement, velocity, acceleration and time. So the relationship between the velocity, displacement, velocity, acceleration and time, that is called kinematics of particles, and the forces are not considered. So kinematics is the description of motion. So the kinematics of rotational motion describes the relationship among rotation angle, angular velocity, angular acceleration and time. Rotation angle is nothing but angular displacement. Now the kinematic so we recall the diagram. Now what is the relationship between the variables? That is, what is the relationship between the displacement, velocity, acceleration and time in translational motion and angular motion or rotational motion? So the symbols for curvilinear and rotation is similar or same. So displacement, the relationship is angular displacement S is equal to R into theta. See, when the particle is moving from A to A dash, this is the angular displacement S. So the angular displacement S will be equal to R, that is the radius into the angular displacement theta. Similarly, the velocity V is equal to R omega. Linear acceleration A is equal to R into alpha, and the time is same for both translational motion and angular rotational motion. So from this, theta is equal to S by R, omega is equal to V by R and alpha is equal to A by R. Now what is the relationship between the equations of motions in kinetics between the linear motion and rotational motion? So we know linear motion is equal to u is equal to v plus at. Here we take the initial velocity as v naught and the final velocity as v. We can take v is equal to u plus at. So omega, that is final angular velocity, is equal to initial angular velocity plus alpha t. Alpha is acceleration. Same way, x is equal to ut plus half at square. Here x is displacement. Displacement is taken as theta. You can take the linear displacement as x or s. Both are same. So theta is equal to omega naught t plus half at square. Same way we have one more equation. So easy to remember. This is the average of, that is, linear displacement is equal to average of the velocity, average of the initial and final velocity into time. The reason is velocity is equal to x by t. So x is equal to velocity into t. Velocity is taken as the average of the initial and final velocity. I repeat, velocity is equal to x by t. So x is equal to velocity into t. Velocity is taken as the average velocity, that is half of initial velocity plus final velocity. So similarly, theta is equal to half of initial angular velocity plus final angular velocity, omega naught plus omega into t. Now we know v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Same way, here it is omega square is equal to omega naught square plus 2 alpha theta. Now angular displacement in the nth second, theta in the nth second is equal to omega naught plus alpha by 2 into 2n minus 1. See, just to replace the linear velocity, linear displacement and linear acceleration with angular displacement, angular velocity and angular accelerations in the equation of motion of kinematics for rotational motion. So that's all the basics of kinematics, or the analysis of the problems, analysis of the objects when subjected to rotational motion with respect to fixed rotation. Now, with respect to a fixed axis, we will go for two problems we will see today. Remaining problems we will see in the next class. So the first problem is a rotor decreases uniformly from 1000 rpm, 1000 revolutions per minute, to rest in 310 seconds. That means our initial angular velocity is 1000 rpm and final angular velocity is 0. That is, omega naught is 1000 rpm, omega is 0 because it is coming to rest. Time t is given as 310 seconds. We are asked to find the angular acceleration and the number of revolutions, that is n. So initial angular velocity is given as 1000 rpm. So 1000 rotations per minute. If it is 1000 rotations per minute, we will convert it for radians per minute. So multiply it radians per second. So multiply by 2 pi, we will convert it into radians, divide by 60 for converting it to seconds. So n is, see, this is n. 1000 rpm is 1000 rotations per minute, that is nothing but n. N is 1000. So 1000 multiplied by 2 pi to convert it into radians, and to convert it into seconds we divide it by 60. So we get 2 pi into 1000 by 60, we get 104.7197 radians per second. Now time is given as 310 seconds. So our final angular velocity omega is given as 0 because it is coming to rest. So final angular velocity is taken as 0. Now we know final velocity omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t, that is v is equal to u plus alpha u plus at. V is equal to u plus at. Final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. So omega is 104.7197 radians per second. Omega naught is 0. T is 310 seconds. So alpha is equal to minus 0.3378 radians per second square, because it is deceleration, the acceleration is reduced, that is why it is minus here. Now the angular displacement, we know S is equal to ut plus half at square. Here the similar formula is theta is equal to omega naught t plus half at square, half alpha t square. So substituting the value of omega naught as 104.7197, t as 310 seconds, alpha as 0.3378 radians per second square, that is minus 0.3378 radians per second square, we get theta as 16,231.54 radians. Now we need to find it into number of revolutions. Number of revolutions is asked. So number of revolutions, it is radians. So in order to convert it into number of revolutions, we divide it by 2 pi. So by dividing it by 2 pi, we get 2583.3 revolutions. We will go for the next problem. Problem 2. During the starting phase of a computer, it is observed that a storage disk which was initially at rest executed 2.5 revolutions in 0.3 seconds. Assuming that the motion was uniformly accelerated, determine the angular acceleration of the disk and the final angular velocity of the disk. So initial angular velocity omega naught is equal to 0 because it is given as initially at rest. So initial velocity is taken as 0. Time is given as 0.3 seconds. Now angular displacement, see, it is given as it has executed 2.5 revolutions. Revolution means displacement, theta. So revolution is 2.5 revolutions. So in order to convert it into radians, we multiply it by 2 pi, we get 15.705 radians. Now we know angular displacement theta is equal to omega naught t plus half alpha t square, that is S is equal to ut plus half a t square. Here theta is equal to omega naught t plus half a t square. So substituting the values, theta is equal to 15.707 radians, omega naught is equal to 0, initial velocity is equal to 0, time as 0.3 seconds, we get angular acceleration alpha is equal to 349.04 radians per second. Now the final velocity omega, we know v is equal to u plus at, so omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. So substituting omega naught is equal to 0, alpha is equal to 349.04 and t is equal to 0.3 seconds, we get omega is equal to 104.712 radians per seconds. So thank you, that's all for today. So hope you all understood. We will continue the problems on this section in the next video, in the part 2 in the next class. Once again, thank you everybody.